So, Tog, I'm gonna pick up right as you come over the fence.
Okay.
So you land
Or
on the
just-
other side of the ground. You see your party members getting ready to draw their weapons, overlooking several holes in the ground. May is standing over two specific holes, and you start to put together, oh, this graveyard, it's been completely dug up. Like, all the graves are dug up recently, it looks like by claws. Dead Cells music. So you land over, you see a couple of rats about, but outside that, you guys are just stuck with these upturned graves, little limbs and body parts scattered about the ground, slightly chewed and gnawed.
Do I know that her parents are buried here?
No.
Okay, then.
But with how bereft I am, standing over two specific ones, you can probably
Yeah.
get the picture that these two meant a lot to me.
Right. Yeah. That was not. It wasn't going to be hard. It was more just a question of if he would immediately go over to console you. What exactly are my other party members doing?
I remember Jalen has their hand on their weapon.
Just ready to be ready if anything happens. She's more so just on alert.
And I believe that Zephyr was much the same, but staying closer to May.
Yeah.
There's there's a static in the air, a charge, if you will.
Okay.
Who invited these men onto my screen?
That being the case, I move over to May to see who she's looking at. Because the graves are marked, right?
They are. And I'm going to be honest, I don't remember both of her parents' names off the top of my head.
It doesn't matter. Their names would probably be as such that I can tell that they are her parents or other family members.
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
That's fair. You see the graves of Mr. and Mrs. May.
Mm-hmm. He frowns and puts a hand on her shoulder, patting it.
So, there's a part that's comforted by his, soothing hand because, grief and shit. But there's another part that's kind of angry that he didn't let me do the thing that I planned with the wine down the hole, right?
Right.
Yeah, no, he was the one who stopped you.
So there's a brief scoff and moving my shoulder away from his hand, and then I just walk away from the two overturned graves.
He shrugs. So where do we get into the tower from here?
Should I roll a history check?
I'm gonna be honest, you've never been inside the actual cathedral. You just jumped the fence to see your mom's grave. Which, I mean, the fence is 9.5 feet tall, so that's a barrier you got over.
I never got to see Dad working on it.
He worked on the outside.
I'ma tell Dahak as much.
Also, this is a graveyard that's clearly meant to be tended by the people in the tower. if we don't immediately see one, there would be an entrance exit because we're clearly not supposed to cross
The wall, yeah.
the
That is
graveyard
correct.
this way.
There is a side door ahead of you.
Is it open?
It is. You know what? Yes. The door is open. You can see lots of dirt scratches, like drag marks across its walkway.
I am going to pull out my short sword and dagger and kind of just wait for somebody to go in first.
I guess I'll go in first. I'm the barbarian.
And I'll be behind Jalen.
No, I've seen how you handle that sort of thing. I think I'll go in after her.
Now, come on, you gotta be fair. He's not a straight up fighter. He's a spell fighter.
Yeah, I know.
You guys
Yeah,
make your
let's
way
get on
into
inside.
the church. Just kind of, peering the doorway. The first thing you're greeted with is a pile of bodies in the middle of the main hall. This isn't like one of worship, it's like the entryway, celebrating different gods and cultures throughout its walk-in. There's just a pile of the corpses from the graveyard. Some of the bones set to the side. You can see lots of rats in the room just nibbling on shit.
Well, we
Are
found
any-
the bodies.
Are any of these rats humanoid size?
No.
I'm gonna have Tarragon uncoil around from my waist and start quietly and stealthily taking them out.
So,
He looks at you, and with no hesitation, he starts bolting around the room and biting things. He did not pass his stealth roll.
whatever.
Couldn't I have given him the help action?
I'm going to be honest, that won't make much difference here.
Fair enough.
So the weasel starts jumping around. You hear a few sharp squeaks on occasion, and you see a bunch of rats run to a different side of the room.
Anyway.
The longer you dwell in this church, though, it's apparent that something in here is watching you. Not so much like a physical entity, but a presence.
So the same feeling I had that led to me discovering the rats in the wine cellar.
No, not quite. That one, like, you could pick up its direction. This one you can't. It feels omnipresent.
Okay. So you've described the corpses in the room, but you haven't described the room much itself.
So the room is about 50 feet across, 240 something feet long. Pillars dot the edges of it. The corpses are in the center. There's banisters that look like they're half ripped across these pillars that hold up the room. The ceiling is a mixture of fancy dwarven stonework and glass intermingling to make intricate shapes that light's supposed to cast down symbols onto the floor throughout the day. Obviously, that's not happening right now. And then there is kind of like a religion registry at the front where you can see that a lot of gods have been marked off of the list.
Of course they have. Points of egress.
I'm sorry, what?
ways to enter and exit this room.
Okay. So there's a door, the one you just came in on the side. A little to the east of your current position, there is the main entrance that you guys were at, which has its own 2 side doors to go into the yards on either side. And then across from you, there is a door that seems to go out to another cemetery, which is also left ajar with dirt marks pulling inward.
It feels like we should open up the front door.
To the
Yeah,
west side of the room, there are 2 large wooden doors that go further in.
Yeah, no, that's what I was figuring.
So the
We're
big
debating
front
whether-
door.
I was debating whether I would actually go to the big front door first, or... Nah, he probably would get closer to the registry because he's curious who all was crossed off, since we could probably see it, but we probably couldn't tell what's what from wherever we are in relation to it.
What is bracing the big front doors?
Nothing.
Then we can rule off any kind of natural barrier that keeps the doors locked.
You said
Which
you were...
was... I'm sorry, go on.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, which was not the assumption that we had before. Like, we came in thinking that it was some kind of magical means that the door was just locked.
Yeah, we came in with the assumption that it was magically locked, which it appears to be magically locked. We have confirmed that there isn't some sort of wooden beam or refuse, what have you, barring the door.
Shocked Pikachu face, the door was locked magically?
Yep. Nobody saw this coming. Wait.
To be fair, on a more technical
Everyone's-
sense, outside of religious magic, magic is fairly uncommon in the world.
Did we? Yeah, Jalen's probably gonna try to go open the front door then. From this side.
Alright.
If you guys think that's a good idea.
I'm gonna start looking for places that I can climb up and have a vantage point.
And
I've already said what Dahak wants to do.
you check the register, and Zephyr, what are you doing?
Well, if May's going to climb up to try and get a good if May's going to climb up and get a good view of the room, I should probably cast light or something.
I don't think it's dark in here.
Yeah, that is a good question, though. How well lit is this room?
The room is visible in the low light that it is. And like you're not seeing every single detail on everything. You can make out the general look of it all, though. The main source of light that is coming in is from the flashes of thunder above and lightning.
I'll start casting light, like aiming, like pointing my hand at a couple pillars to like make little light sources.
All right. So, Zephyr, you're gonna walk around the room and make some light. I would like a perception check, but hold on to the number for now. If I ask for any rolls, just hold on to them. Miss May, you start looking.
What do I roll for perception again?
Just roll a d20. Don't just roll a d20. Don't worry about any of the actual results until he asks for it.
Miss May, there's not really a way for you to get up in this room, like to physically go up, but there is a balcony about 40 feet above your head.
So about 3+ stories up.
Mm-hmm.
It's way too far away for my comfort to separate myself from the rest of the party.
There are several like alcoves you could hide in, but there's not really a up place. unless you wanted to stand on top of the corpses. Something tells me that's
So
not what you want to do.
So I roll a d20 and add my perception to it, right?
Yes, just
Yes.
hang on to it for now.
Yeah, like I said, just roll a d20. He'll ask for it when he wants it.
Jalen, you're making your way to the front door.
Yes.
As you get closer to the door, that presence of watching just kind of lingers behind you. It almost feels heavy on your shoulders as you get closer to it. Like almost as if someone is literally standing above you, breathing down.
She's just gonna flick her tail at that, but still proceed to the door. Cause she's not gonna stop. She can open the fucking door.
You make it to the door, and you can hear the clerics talking on the other side of it. And there is a voice in this group you recognize on its own. You hear Gaidern talking, saying he's looking for his adventures. Has anyone seen them?
Gonna kick open. Who's guy turned again? Is that the guild leader?
Gaidern's the guy that's in charge of the guild.
Okay.
That's the guild
Master.
master, yes.
Okay. Well, so yeah, so she just gotta open up the door. Try to anyway.
Strength check.
Okay. Where? Is it?
Hee hee, funny cardboard chewer.
Yeah, no, I've been watching that. Really.
The way that he's just looking at us.
I told you there's an ever omnipresence.
And 22.
22.
Yeah.
You can clearly see the door is meant to be pushed out, and you try to push against it. As you do, you kind of get no reaction from the people on the outside, but you do hear it creak. As the door opens and pushes ahead of you, you see nothing. You see a city completely covered in black. No corpses, no people, just empty streets, as if they'd always been that way.
Do we still hear the voices of the other people that were on the other side?
Yes.
More importantly, does it look like the city that's supposed to be on the other side of the door?
Yes and no. Yes, in the fact that it's like laid out the same and the buildings are in the right spot. No, as in the color's completely gone. Certain buildings look like they're falling apart. There's dark pools of water across the street. And as you have the door pushed open slightly, you can already feel a force trying to pull it shut again.
Part of me feels she just slowly close the doors back. So I don't think we should go outside just yet.
Alright,
Because outside is not the right outside.
Dahak, you approach the ledger. With Merrick's, or with Zephyr's light starting to come into the room, it makes it easier to read them. You can see the name of some prominent gods, Palor, Mistra, you see Tiamat, Bahamut, Corlin. They're all crossed out, just stricken right off the ledger, and the only one that's on there is the one that's written over them all, which seems to be that it is of a triangle. The triangle is in very wide points, like they're just scratched in, and the corners seem to overlap. The triangle is facing down. The lines kind of sticking off the bottom, making 2 points off the edge, and off the top 2 corners, making points off the edge.
But that's not a name, that's a symbol, and it's such a basic bitch one. What? You made it sound like they wrote the name or symbol of their god, but that's just a triangle.
Make a perception check.
Do you actually want the result?
Yes.
I believe that's a 20. Let me double check. Yep, that's a 20.
All right. As Zephyr continues to spread the light around the room, getting to the pillars closest to you, you begin to notice that some of the letters in the other gods' names have a different color in them. Taking a step back from the board, you can read the Great Horned Rat in the letters written behind the symbols.
Well, I suppose there is indeed a reason that cult had a symbol so similar to the mask.
Zephyr, what was your
Yeah.
perception check?
19.
All right. As you're lighting up the last pillars, I want to say you get like every 4 of them across this, room. That way there's an even spreading of light across its entirety, kind of in a zigzaggy pattern. As you get up to the last ones closest to Daka,
Hawk.
damn it. I said it right the first time too.
Yep.
As you get closest to Dahak, you can see that your light is catching some of the shadows in the corner to his left, and you can see a shimmering pair of red eyes and the nice silvery tip of an arrow.
Behind you!
Oh. He looks.
Deck save.
Yeah, no, I got an 8.
Oof.
All right. And your armor class was 18, yes?
Yep.
I have a question about that. Is that with the shield deployed or on your side?
That's with his armor up and the shield up. There's no way he would be going into this without his shield at the ready.
Okay. Well, no, I was curious if the 18 was your total with shield or if it was without your shield.
18 is total with shield, yeah.
Okay.
Plus 6 from the armor. I'm not allowed a dex bonus. Don't have a dex bonus anyway. And then plus 2 from shield.
All right. So yeah, this arrow sinks into your shoulder, and you quickly hear the scurry run off. Shortly after this bolt is fired, and it deals you 2 points of piercing damage. What a very underwhelming bow.
It's less the bow's underwhelming and more I was expecting poison or something.
Nope.
Okay.
But the shout kind of draws everyone's attention back toward the front. So you all see this arrow lash into his shoulder.
Alright, well, so we're not alone in here, obviously. Where did it go?
Back into the corridor behind the register. Or the ledger.
He looks at the arrow. I guess it would actually be a medicine. Yeah, okay. Be a medicine roll. I'll go make a medicine roll. Hold on. Oh, no, no. Yeah, okay. Did not fall off the desk. So that is a medicine roll of 13 to decide whether it would be best to remove the arrow or just break off the shaft. For now, anyway. Eventually, he's going to remove the arrow.
Considering how cleanly it went in, you could probably assume that the arrow is flat and there's not like a barb or anything on it, so you could probably just pull it out. That being said, it's in your shoulder blade where it kind of sank in. There is an artery near that. So
yeah.
probably not the greatest idea to just rip it out without being able to get right to treating it.
Right.
You could
Yeah,
probably
well-
break it off though, so it's not encumbersome.
Stop interrupting me, goddamn, dude.
There's... I'm gonna turn on priority.
You gave me the information I needed to know. He breaks off the shaft. That's all I was going to say. Is as soon as you mentioned the artery, all he does is break off the shaft.
All right.
There's such a thing as too much detail.
No. Because then I'll get yelled at for not giving enough.
After that, he casts light into, I guess the... Actually, I don't have much of a description of the corridor behind the register. What does the corridor behind the register look like?
So, behind it, it is a long stone walkway. It seems to have several branching chambers into it. This is kind of like the go into individual pew rooms section of it, so that each place has its own worship spot.
Oh, lovely.
But they break off from this main, maybe 10-foot wide hallway that just goes backward. Which then, on the very far side of this, maybe about 100 feet down, you can see another large room that seems to have some sort of statue in it. You can assume that your assailant went down one of the corridors as you don't see them running.
Yeah. That being the case, it'll cast light about 20 feet in. I mean, how high are the ceiling?
Above you right now, it's 4 stories tall. In this little hallway, it's 10 feet.
Okay.
10-foot round, all the way down.
In that case, he will cast it on the ceiling. I was checking light. It has 20 feet of... I forget whether the term is bright light, but it's 20 feet of good light, and then beyond that, 20 feet of dim light. So about 20 feet in on the ceiling, he'll cast light at that. And then he'll go in. Sword drawn.
Alright. Does anyone follow in after?
Oh yeah, Jalen would have gone in first if Dahak didn't, but I didn't want to interrupt him.
Alright.
I mean, he took a moment to assess the arrow. You're free to go in first if you want to.
Yeah, Jalen will then be in front of Dahak. Just
Okay.
great sword at the ready.
Alright.
I'll take up the rear. If what is May doing?
What is May doing?
Kind of just staring at the pile of corpses.
Yep, bright light. Bright light is how it's termed.
Alright.
As the commotion begins, I do get flinched back to reality and follow behind Zephyr.
Alright, you guys start to make your way down this hallway. You come across the first little intersection. Actually, first, the floor, again, still dirt marks. You can see things were dragged down this way. There are some scrape marks along the walls. Hard to tell whether metal or claw. Just that it's noticeable.
Yeah.
Then you reach the first adjoining hallway. To your left is a very upturned and destroyed room of worship for Tiamat, which appears to be full of some kind of fecal substance.
Oh joy.
To your right, you've got what appears to be a brood room. Looking for the proper word for it. There are a lot of rats in there.
If it's the room where the rats make more rats, that is the brood room. Or it also would be a name for where the rats keep the baby rats.
Yeah, brood room is right.
Is a large group of rats called a nightmare, or is that crows?
A group of crows is called a murder. A group of rats? I don't know, but I'm gonna find out.
I feel like it's a nightmare.
No,
Mis-
I don't think it is.
I thought it was collective.
Mischief. It's mischief. It's mischief.
Mm,
It's the collective nouns also are called a colony, a pack, or a plague.
I think a group of weasels is called the mischief.
That sounds right.
I mean, I just
Plague
looked.
of
I mean,
rats.
I just looked it up. I just looked it up. It says
It's
mischief.
not important though.
Yeah,
Yeah, it really isn't.
it's fine.
I believe that mischief is one of the names. It's just three of the things that came up for me were those, not mischief.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the first two rooms. You don't see any signs of a giant rat in either of them immediately, though the room above them, like the ceiling, is higher than the door frame.
Yeah. Yeah, evidently the most prominent one is pack, then colony, swarm, finally mischief. Nope,
Do-
wrong tab.
Do you
Correct
guys want to investigate either of these rooms or press forward? Like I said, no visible
Initi-
threat.
He initially wanted to investigate the room for Tiamat, but upon seeing that they literally using it as a shitter, no, not doesn't
No,
doesn't want to look into that. Like given the apparent context of the brood room, he is actually interested in that one. What god does that appear to be actually meant for? Out of curiosity.
This god was for Mistra.
Ah.
There's shit everywhere.
So we're going to step into Mistra's room.
I mean, he's going to. Like, he'll cast, like, before actually going in there, he'll cast light in the room.
Okay.
I'm guessing the ceiling is also 10 feet high in this one.
Now the ceiling of both of these rooms is a little higher than the walkway in. It's about 15 feet up.
He'll cast it on the floor then.
All right. Does anyone go in with?
I will.
All right. You two make your way in. So you can see in this room immediately there are several clumps of like large regular sized rats. Big groups of them, maybe 40 plus. They seem to be just gnawing on pieces of food thrown to them. Not really paying attention to you. As you walk,
Where is the food getting thrown from?
not like currently being thrown, like it was tossed in.
Alright, I was curious.
As you get further into the room, you can see that on the walls there's like these green pus balls that they're like fleshy with a slight glow to them. They pulsate and they seem to be about the size of a human torso.
And the shade of green. Familiar shade of green?
It is a light green, similar to the warpstone glow, as you guys keep calling it.
Yeah, we don't
Yes,
know
we the
what
players are
we're
gonna call it warpstone because we know it's warpstone.
doing.
Actually, races outside Skaven called it wordstone.
Wordstone?
Yeah.
Well, like spelled like weird, but pronounced word.
Yep.
Alright, that's dumb. Anyway,
It's Old English.
I know, it's still dumb. Anyway.
The room
Don't
also
believe it,
appears to be covered in some kind of patchy shag carpet.
Hold on, I'm checking. I am checking my spells because I sure don't want to go over to physically attack one of those things. Sorry, what was that about shag carpet?
The floor also has kind of a spotty thrown-on shag carpet.
Does it appear to be actual shag carpet and not just a disgusting collection of rats?
Seeing that you put your light on it, it is definitely a large mat of something, and as you watch it, it does rise and fall. Not individuals, but perhaps a massive one.
Uh-huh. Okay, no, that
yes.
has my attention first.
A species of rat called the shag carpet.
I poke it with my sword.
Alright. You poke it with your sword. This immediately, like, just the slight poke, its flesh so thin in between this fur that you immediately draw blood from it. And it begins to wiggle and writhe, and all players kind of feel the room shake a bit as it does so.
Cool.
Okay.
What the hell?
Oh no, the carpet's angry.
Right. We're not interacting with that again. Okay, so that I got that spell. Then I can hawk at one of those.
I've been keeping an eye on my flank on our flank, by the way.
Perception
you?
check. Perception check, and I'll get
Perception.
back to you.
Alright, I'll let you know
Okay.
what the number was.
I have a couple spells I can hit one of those green things with.
As do I. I'm just checking which one of those that I have prepared would be best.
I have no ranged except for fire breath.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you have javelins?
That would require her to have bought javelins.
No, it's a class thing for barbarians.
I know.
Given
I'm
like
kidding.
5 javelins and a greatsword.
Oh,
Yeah,
I may not
typically,
I have not put it on my sheet because I don't use that zero normally.
typically your kit does give you both types of options. Like I remember, I think that one was a choice between javelins and throwing axes or something like that. They always give you more than one option for the attack type.
Yeah, they want you to have the ability to fight in range, if limited as as it can be to keep balance. So you're not useless in combat.
Yep. Anyway, so I've got Guiding Bolt and Sacred Flame, but since Sacred Flame is a cantrip, I'm just gonna throw that at it.
At the mass in the floor?
No, I said I'm not interacting with that anymore.
Oh,
I said we as a group aren't interacting with that anymore. No, I'm throwing Sacred Flame at, well, it's 60 feet. How big is the room?
I mean, you can definitely hit it. It's 20 long by 15 wide.
Okay.
15
All I
tall.
needed to know was the length. So he'll throw a Sacred Flame at the furthest green pulsating thing. I imagine it, considering what's going on, it automatically fails the dexterity saving throw, but it gets a
Yes.
dexterity saving throw.
It fails.
Okay. Let me rummage out 2d8, because I didn't think I'd be using... Oh, wait. I should have pre-prepared a d8. Didn't think I'd need 2, though. That is 11 fire damage? Fire damage, yeah.
All right. So
Oh, wait, no. Radiant damage, my bad.
Okay.
It says flame like, so I assumed it was fire.
So as as the sacred flame flies across the room, it hits the edge of this and kind of pushes into it like it's going into jelly. It pushes in, pushes against it. You can see it sinking around it, and then it pops, burning the creature with the holy light inside. You see this lump fall to the ground, and it seems to be a rat person with a massive hunched back and beefy arms and tiny legs as it begins to pull itself up.
I immediately hunter's mark it and shoot it with an arrow.
Ranged attack.
My perception was a 21, by the way.
Okay, you might want to hold on to your attack then. So while they're in there casting this, you begin to see movement out in the main hall.
I warn Zephyr. Anybody that's closest that we have company.
Jalen.
And then I'm going to sheath my, longsword and dagger, take my short bow out, and, get ready for an attack.
The one that's on screen, is that Queek or...
The fully brown one with the white stomach is Gale. The one with the white on
Okay.
top is Squeak.
Okay. Oh man. Look,
Man,
Dale,
he's built
he's
like a
already
real
eaten like
bean.
a fourth of that thing. That is impressive.
Honestly, they do eat them really fast. Normally when he's chewing, Queek is trying to run in and out of the tube. Just popping up in his way, be like, sup, bitch.
Alright, so are we rolling initiatives?
Probably.
Probably would be a good idea.
I mean, I got that action. She gets her action, so I imagine each of you also gets some kind of reaction to this.
My first question is, do you guys want me to do associated rolls where I'll just put you guys at the top of initiative and I'll have you just go in the order in which you've just reacted? Or do you want to
That would
roll?
depend on if we have surprise round.
You don't have surprise round.
Okay.
Well, technically Tog got surprise round.
Ooh,
I mean, I got a 15 on my initiative.
I got a 19.
Oh, good, okay.
Can I just say that I'm not hunter's marking the one that he spawned?
That's
Quote,
fine.
unquote.
That's why I told you that you saw the other one, because your perception was so high.
Alright.
I got 13 on my initiative.
22.
Oh damn, nice.
Dang. Actually, I guess that's not too surprising. You're a ranger rogue.
Hang on, let me write them down.
Do I have to roll initiative? No. I remember now. Tarragon goes off of my initiative.
Yep. I'm sorry, Opti, what was your initiative?
19.
And Tog?
Excuse me. 15, I believe. Let me double check. Yep, 15.
Okay.
Oh, wait, was I looking at the wrong? Yeah, no, it says +1. Okay, yeah.
Alright, none of the rats rolled higher than Merrick, so they will all go last. Alright. So, Miss May, you're up first. I will note that the shape you saw behind you is more humanoid than rat. Also, it seems to be feminine. It came from the door you guys entered and went straight across. Miss May?
Oh, sorry. I forgot
Oh,
I
did
was
you
eating
mute
chips
yourself?
and I muted myself, yeah. I I was asking if I had enough time to Hunter's Market as it ran through.
I'm gonna say no.
You said it ran to an adjacent room?
Yes, as I said when you guys entered, there was a room directly across from the door you went past that looked like it went out into another graveyard. It went directly across from door to door.
A part of me wants to take cover on that door frame and take a gander out.
You could.
Closest person to me would just be the Golden Dragonborn, which would still be in that room, which would mean I'd be alone in this hallway, right?
Yes.
I do not want to be alone.
You sure don't. Not when we're about to get attacked.
I think I'm going to go into the room with the rest of them, a little bit offset to the corner, see this goo mass that had just flopped onto the floor and rise up a little bit. I'm immediately going to Hunter's Market,
Okay.
and then I'm going
What's
to attack it.
What does Hunter's Mark do again?
Let me check.
You don't know how your primary ability works?
No, I remember how it works, but I just need to like finally detail it.
Yeah, knowing these yeah.
I know.
If you choose a you can choose a creature I can see within range and mystically mark it as my quarry. Until the spell ends, which is about an hour, I get to deal an extra d6 worth of damage to it whenever I make a weapon attack. It takes one bonus action to cast onto it, and the creature... I have advantage on wisdom, perception, and survival checks on it, so I can track it in case it leaves. Oh, or unless I move my mark with another bonus action.
Okay. So you have it marked.
So, is anybody near the creature?
No, it's across the room.
Is it technically prone?
No.
Do I have advantage on it at all?
No.
Okay. Now that I have all those clear, I'm going to start rolling my attack. 14.
Hits.
All right. So I get to roll my my bow damage, which is a D8 plus 5, and then my hunter's mark, which is a D6. Uh, 13 damage.
All right. Your arrow flies across the room as this creature begins to pull itself up to a height where you can see it, sinking into its arm. Kind of like more than just the tip. It goes in probably about half the shaft into its muscly arm.
Face stoic. In the back of my mind, I'm saying, that's for Miranda.
It veers its head up, and it shrieks, baring its warpstone green fangs at the party.
Oh shit.
Oh hey, he finally used Warpstone.
Well, I mean, we all keep using it. Why don't we just keep saying weirdly green?
So because my Tarragon goes off of my bonus action to move and attack, I believe that means my turn is ending.
It is, and Tarragon is currently in the other room hunting rats.
Oh yeah, because I didn't tell him to stop.
Opti.
I kind of want to rage.
But we
How
just.
far away is our? What?
You are at the 30-foot threshold from the creature that just got shot. You need to go through the hallway, past Tog and Merrick's character, and into the room. Probably crossing over this heaving shag carpet.
Oh. Fuck.
Would she have to cross the carpet? Is it that wide across the room?
Kind of. There's a way around it, but it would take extra movement to walk the extra 4 feet in both directions around.
Could she jump over it?
How far is it?
You might be able to jump it, actually. It takes up the majority of the room. Think of like an oval in the room. But saying that you know it's alive now.
I'll just try to jump toward our target, I guess.
All right.
I don't know if the carpet. Because I've been kind of trying to keep up with that. Is the carpet actually a thing we need to worry about?
No.
Yes.
Well, I mean, yes, but that's not what
Poking
they're
it.
attacking.
Right. Poking it with my sword immediately caused it to bleed and the entire tower to shake.
No, that's one hell of a rug.
Yeah, I guess it is. I'm just trying to figure out how the hell I can get to our target without.
Jump. You can jump. Just try to jump. If you
I'll-
fail to jump, oh no, you land on the carpet. At least you tried to avoid it.
I'll try to jump. I don't know what the. Is it acrobatics or something?
It is acrobatic, isn't it, Lil?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or
Wait. To jump is just half of your movement. Like, in order to jump a distance, you reduce your speed by half, and in order to actually land safely, it's acrobatics.
I have a speed of 40.
That means you can only jump about 20 feet.
That's still a hell of a jump. That would be
Because the
enough to clear
idea-
it. But
The idea is that you get a running start before jumping.
yeah. So yeah, you just have to roll for your landing.
Okay. So you need the acrobatic, you said?
Yep.
12.
Your feet hit the edge of the shag carpet on the far side. You kind of feel your heels sink back a little bit as you use your greatsword to finish your jump, kind of like the weight shifting you forward. You feel it for a second move under your feet as you land that. This puts
goody.
you within 10 feet of the creature that you're attacking.
Cool. Thank God I'm raging.
Can you hit your target from here or no?
Not with the greatsword, that's for sure.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
At the moment, no. I'm just gonna be ready to take the hits because thank God I take half damage.
Well, wait, quick question. Does the jump action count as a bonus, or is it an actual action? Because if he uses his action to dash, he can probably run up to the creature and then end his turn right next to it.
it's debatable.
It's just
whether
part of
she
your
wants
movement.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it part of
a
your
part
movement? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a part of movement, but it's debatable if she wants to end next to that thing. At the very least, if it has to move, that means it can't, or at least I imagine the way it works is it can't full round you if it has to move more than like, I don't know, 5 feet.
True.
I'll just stay put then for the time being. That's my turn.
All I gotta say is if you're standing next to it, I get advantage on it.
All right.
True. But at that point, you can just delay until it's. Wait, no. By the time you go again, it will be standing next to her regardless, or it will be dead.
I know, but I want someone to stand next to.
Dahak, your turn.
Well, this time it actually gets the dexterity saving throw.
You're casting again?
Yeah, I'm not moving. I don't like. If anything, I would be turning around to face. Or wait, did May warn us about the things that
No.
are?
Yeah. No, I said that there was the way we have company behind us.
Okay, yeah. Like, if anything, I would be turning to face that, not this thing. But this is the immediate threat, so I'm going to focus on it and Sacred Flame at it.
Alright, what's your damage? I imagine it's half on a success.
That time it is 5 radiant. Wait, no. God damn it, I closed the wrong tab. Get back here.
One quick question. Who was the closest person to me? It's Zephyr, right? Or would it be
Now it
Hawk?
would be Zephyr.
No. Since it's just a cantrip, if it makes the save, it takes nothing.
Oh, then it is fine.
Yeah. Okay, well, fortunately for me, this is a bonus action, so I might be doing this after all. I don't really see any reason to not do this. Let me just double check exactly that. Yeah, I have no reason to not do this, so yeah. Spiritual weapon. That's my turn.
Alright, you summon your spiritual weapon. What is your spiritual weapon?
Their symbol is a sword and board. It would be a long sword.
Just summoning a magic longsword.
Yep.
I mean, it could be anything. It could be a giant lollipop.
Oh wait, no. When I cast the spell, I can make a melee against a creature within or wait, where does it? Where does it say that you can move?
It could also be a suspended frying pan.
It can be whatever the fuck I want it to be, but he would go on theme. Anyway, where does it spawn in? It's supposed to say where it spawns in, somewhere in the spell description, but it just says you create a floating one that lasts for the duration. When you cast it, you can make a melee spell against something that's within 5 feet of the weapon. It does not specify where the weapon spawns in at. And
It's a place of your choice that you can see within range.
Yeah.
all right, yeah, no, I'll just have it spawn in at the rat monster.
My opinion on it being a frying pan is that when you crit, you get the fucking TF2 sound effect of the crit pan.
Or the
Alright.
or the fucking berserk clang.
I mean, I would.
Anyway,
Logistically speaking, if I choose a sword, I would get to make the berserk clang on a crit regardless.
roll the hit.
Yeah, it's a range of 60 feet, so yeah, within that 60 feet.
Okay, cool. Hold on. That is a 15 melee.
Alright, it hits.
Okay. So 1d8 plus spell ability modifier. Alright. I believe that's a total of 9, yeah. Alright, yeah, it takes 9 damage from the sword.
Alright. It winces from your spiritual weapon's hit. You can see it slink a little bit back. Zephyr, you're up.
How close am I to it?
25 feet. You do have to cross the shag carpet.
Or you can
I will-
shoot at it or spell at it.
I will cast Witch Bolt at it.
Alright.
What do I roll for that?
So not all spells have a hit. Sometimes you just cast them. For Witch Bolts,
I believe that one is a 2 hit, so you have to roll a d20, I think. Yeah, range within 30 feet.
no, it's a save.
Concentration up to 1 minute.
Right?
A beam of crackling energy lances out towards a creature within range, forming a sustained arc of lightning between you and the creature. Make a ranged spell attack.
So it'd be d20 plus 1 if I'm looking at your, because I have your sheet apparently too. The spell attack bonus plus 1.
Why do you have his sheet?
I don't know. I
Because
have it for some reason.
everybody has shared their sheets.
Anybody's able to freely look at our stats.
15. I roll 15.
All right, you hit.
Roll a d12.
Natural 12.
Not so
Ooh, nice.
All right. So, the specific spell, Witch Bolt, actually makes an auditory sound as it's cast, just like a lightning bolt would. And as it arcs, you guys hear a crack. This kind of bothers the shag carpet. On that same note, though, as it strikes the creature into a puddle,
Oh.
sending guts and viscera across the room.
Oh, I actually thought that would have been like a boss type thing. It felt like it was big.
Well, yeah, but it was also partially formed.
Yeah, it.
Being said, seeing where your heels are on the floor, you can now feel the shag carpet rise.
Yeah, I think the shag carpet is the actual boss monster.
Since I know that, the visual description of this won't aid me in its description too much, what starts to push its way out of the floor, which now has one of you past the party and 3 of you on the other side of the creature, is a brood horror. This is a massive rat, probably the size of a car. Its lower jaw splits apart as it hisses, pulling itself loose from the stone, shaking the building around you. As it lifts its head up, you can see it chomping down on one of these bigger rats that you just killed. Its teeth are the size of dinner plates. It's currently trying to thrash its way out of what appears to be a stationary spot.
For such a large mess, they certainly were able to, slink themselves flat enough to be considered a shag carpet.
Gee, it's like there's a basement level to this or some shit. Or, it could be another murder hole.
Murder hole gone wry.
Where's a keg of
No,
wine when we need
murder
it?
hole gone correct. This thing is doing a murder on... Well, actually, I think it finished doing a murder on whatever it's eating, and is now eating it.
In its process of rising up, which will be its turn. You guys can see the fat rolls that contained the shag carpet kind of trying to fill the air around. Several large pusses, bleeding wounds.
Ew.
Its eye just kind of rolls freely in its socket. For Opti, you actually see that its other eye is torn out.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So it's partially blind. So, it's partially blind. So it should get like some kind of penalty to its attacks.
Perhaps. Either way, it's not able to attack this turn. It has to pull itself out of the ground. Being said, the shaking causes 2 other pus balls on the wall to rupture.
Oh, goody. How many of those are there?
Those are the other 2.
Okay.
So that's it.
Because I thought there were only 2 total.
The other one was kind of like in the corner, but now that it's like festered open, you can actually like visibly notice it's there.
Got it.
Opti, you're in kind of a bad spot, my dude. Being said, on
If somebody had
rotation,
to be in that spot, at least it was the barbarian.
the
He's
other
gonna
2,
be-
which
Go
just freed themselves, Tog, one's running at you because it's on that side of the room, the other one's running at Opti. And I'm going to do Opti's first.
Okay.
So the rat coming off the wall lets out this half-formed gurgly hiss as it rushes at you with its malformed fist and attempts to punch you. Does a 19 hit?
Yes, my AC is not that high.
Aren't you unarmored?
Actually, yeah, why is it? Oh, let me double check this. 10 plus dex.
Um,
Con.
I mean, barbarians in this finally get to benefit from their constitution to their AC, but even still,
Yeah,
I imagine her AC is like 18 tops, especially when raging.
I don't think rage gives you a is it defense bonus, does it?
It
No,
makes you
no.
resistant to stuff.
Yeah, no, I meant by when I said especially when raging, it used to, give you a defense penalty. So I figure since you're raging, or at least I thought you said you were raging
I
before
am
you
raging,
did the
yes.
jump. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
my AC
anything,
is
your
still
AC
14.
should be okay. I was gonna say, if anything, your AC should be shittier than normal, not better than normal. But because you're raging, it gives you HP bonuses and resistances and stuff. Yes.
Yeah, I just resistant to all damage except for psychic right now.
Okay. So yeah, it goes up. It gives you a big old punch.
Whap.
As its fist lands on you, dealing you what would be 9 points of bludgeoning, but half player favor, 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay. Sweet.
Or no, is resistance 25th, right?
I
I forget. I don't play with resistance
was never
often.
very clear. Like since all it
Resistance
ever says is resistance, I was never very clear exactly how it's supposed to work.
Resistance is half damage.
Okay, so yeah, 4.
All right, cool.
So as it slacks into you, you kind of feel the ooze wrap around you a bit from its flesh.
Oh. Delicious.
Constitution
Any-
saving throw.
Okay, I was gonna say, is there any saving
saving
throw
throw.
attached to this?
Yep.
Okay. Thankfully, my con saving throw is actually pretty good. Wow, but I roll shitty. I got 10 total.
Min-
All right. You feel ill. You vomit. This consumes
Oh,
a bonus action in your next turn.
Oh, thank God I wasn't going to use any bonus actions.
Huzzah! I intend to, though. Hopefully I make it, or the guy just misses me.
Todd, the other one's running at you. He going to give you a punch.
Yep.
Fucking Christ. 21 to hit.
He's okay. I forget, is charging a thing in this?
It is, but this room isn't large enough for a charge.
Okay.
That's okay, because he only hits you for 2 damage on
Yeah.
2d6. The fuck?
Jesus. Oh, well, I rolled 1, so I automatically fail, I believe.
You do fail. This causes you to become nauseous and disoriented.
Oh boy. At least I've only taken a total of 4 damage so far. This adventure probably about to get a lot worse.
Being said, I believe that is a condition. Let me double check.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Technically considered poison, disadvantage on attack rolls, and ability
Oh,
checks. Fun. That's the rat's turn. Back to the top. May?
I would like to use my bonus action to reapply my hunter's mark onto the big fat rat.
You mean the mother? Or
Yeah.
It's the
Yes,
it's the giant rat that makes all of the rules.
I don't think
Yes,
that's the rat that makes all the rules.
I'm a
Oh,
giant
it's the giant rat that's making all the rules right now.
All right.
Let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into.
And it thwacks its tail against the wall and crushes May. Cookie.
It was a good run. Quotes Germa immediately gets punished. Alright.
You see what you've done, Merrick?
Take your turn, Dan.
Would the big fat rat have? Would I have advantage on it because it's right next to one of my allies?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that means I get to use my class feature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
All right, the cathedral falls.
Alright. Alright, my first roll's a. It was a 16 plus a 7. So 23 to hit.
You
and my
hit.
second roll, yeah, it's lower, so it's 23. Alright, so Hunter's Mark, sneak attack damage, and my longbow. So I get to roll 3 dice for this. 11 points of damage.
All right. You're using your bow, right?
Yep.
Your arrow whizzes through. You're feeling confident in that shot. It hits its saggy flesh and kind of rubbers your arrow. It still causes it to bleed, but your arrow doesn't sink in. It bounces to the floor.
Oh, so it's like the same equivalent of what would happen if my tip was, like, dulled.
Yep.
So, I will remind you, you have bonus action, and you should probably,
I used it to reapply my Hunter's Mark.
Oh, fuck! That's right, you did! Well,
I
here's
still
hoping
have my
Tarragon
room.
doesn't get... Here's hoping Tarragon doesn't get murdered while he's murdering the rats in the other room.
I do have my move, so I think I'm gonna go to the archway, so that I can prepare, or my next turn to order Tarragon to come to my side.
All right.
Good call.
And I believe that would be my whole turn.
Hopti.
Yes.
This rat has now, behind you, has now pulled itself halfway up. And like I said, you got that oozy hand kind of pulling back off your thigh right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna do reckless attack.
Sounds like a plan,
Which
Stan.
thing?
I'm gonna kill a little pest first because I do have 2 attacks. All right.
Well, you're gonna try to kill it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. Sorry. So I have advantage on attack rolls, but I also have advantage on getting hit as well.
Okay.
And wham. Plus my. That's a 22.
Definitely hits.
Let me get out my D6. Sorry. 5 and 2, 7.
Wait, did I
10 damage.
All right, and this is that little one to the side of you, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to say because it's relentless and you hit like pretty cleanly, you're going to lop off part of his arm. They're that misformed.
Oh.
You just want to watch it, you cut it, and it like drops off in like a hunk of Spam. Just cut right off of its can shape. Just
So the small one's still alive then.
yes.
Then I guess I'll try to hit it again. So we could less small things to worry about. We can focus on the big guy. And rolling. Oh wow. That is another. Yeah, it's another 22. 16.
Oh
Hit.
God!
I had advantage. That's why I did the
God,
second roll. So. Wow.
Oh God, I feel so sorry for this thing. I don't.
Not rolling damage.
Yeah, I was gonna say you really shouldn't.
8 more damage.
All right. With that hit, you cause it to topple to the ground and kind of oozes into a puddle.
Ah!
Being said, you take a moment, take some pride in that, and you kind of see a hand from it still trying to reach at you. Like, trying to come out of this puddle, but, like, obviously there's not enough there to form it anymore. You just see the
Yeah.
bone push out for a second and then sink back into the goo.
Permission to use a voice clip real quick?
Granted.
Barbarian, what are you doing? Energy, got it.
There you go. That's all. And
What'd you just play?
you didn't hear that?
No.
It was the barbarian clip from 3XP.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
That's all I can really do. And I'm cool with that. I killed something.
All right, Todd, you're up. This was a good music choice.
A shame I can't hear it. Hold on, I'm curious. Yeah, good music choice. Anyway, muting that again so I don't hear everything on a frickin' echo. So I have disadvantage on attacks. Do I also lose my bonus action?
No, you still have your bonus action.
Okay. So, I believe it's the bonus action is to move it. Yep. I will use my bonus action to move the spiritual weapon 20 feet closer to the thing attacking me, because I feel like, yes, we should kill the mooks before going after the boss monster.
All right.
Does that move action move it to within 5 feet of the creature?
Yes.
Cool. Alright, so disadvantage attack. But first, with this weapon. I rolled a 15 and a 16, so I'm guessing. I'm guessing it's gonna hit, but so I think that means the total is 20. Let me double check. Yeah, the total is 20.
20 damage.
No, 20 to hit. I have to.
You hit.
The way spirit weapon works is I have to make a melee attack. So that was the attack roll.
They hit.
Okay. Alright, so 6 damage from the spirit weapon, and now I shall attempt to hit it. I'm probably gonna roll like a 1 and a 2 here.
You're gonna roll max damage.
I mean, I wasn't that far off. On one of them, I rolled a 3, so that's the result, because the other thing's an 18. So yeah, I miss with my weapon, and I don't really see much point in moving, so I will stay where I am.
Okay. And Zephyr.
I will cast magic missile.
At the darkness.
He said the thing.
No. No. I'll have two of. So create 3 glowing darts of magical force. Each one hits a creature of your choice that you can see within range.
Yeah.
I'll have 2 hit the thing attacking to Hawk, and I'll try to aim. I'll try to aim for the big thing's good eye with my last one.
All right. Damage.
I think it's
Is it a
D4?
Typically a d4 plus 1, but I don't know if they changed that in this edition.
No, it's still D4 plus 1.
Okay.
Oh, 1d. Okay.
Per bolt, yeah.
For magic
4.
missile, before you finish that, do you guys want to do one roll for all bolts or individual bolts?
I'll do 1 roll for all the bolts.
Well, I'm asking for a rule for the future. What's
I
part of
prefer-
the consensus?
Like the missile, like each missile is a D4.
Yeah.
Yeah, like each missile is a separate object, so in cases like these, I prefer to just roll 3d4 and then add 1 to each of the results.
Yeah,
Okay.
That.
Okay, 5, 2, and 5.
Nice.
All right. Which bolts are going where?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have one of the 5s. I'll have one of the 5s and the 2 hit like the one messing with the Hawk, and I'll aim the last one at the brood horror's eye.
Alright. Your bolts sail across the room, whizzing around your companion and striking the creature. The force of the shot causes it to stagger back. The other one sinks into the eye. Like, actually, it just sinks into it. You watch the eye roll in your direction.
Oh, goody.
Uh-oh.
I'm in danger.
We are back on the rats. This time, the big rat rips its arm out of the crevice below. You see about a 5-foot-long front leg that's half bone and half flesh kind of pull itself up, breaking the floor, hunches as it starts to turn toward the door you guys came in from to look at the recently thrown into its eye bolt.
Uh-oh.
Lovely.
As it rips itself up, Opti, I need a deck save.
Oh, gee.
Or whatever.
Good.
For whatever reason, you mentioning it being the rat's turn reminded me. How long am I poisoned for?
That's the round. You're good.
Oh, okay.
Luckily, I have advantage on saving throws, actually. On deck saving throws. The danger sense.
Alright, well, danger sense. You feel an incoming flail.
So-
to the danger
save.
sense.
13.
Fail.
Oh, fuck.
Full damage.
How much?
13 damage as its tail comes out and whips.
Well,
Make
it
a
still
strength
has
saving
resistance
throw.
'cause I'm still raging.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so you actually just take 6.
Yeah.
Did I
Do
get-
need a
what's that?
strength saving throw, though.
Oh, shit, okay. Oh, good. Advantage on this one as well, because of rage. Oh, well, pretty sure a 23 is okay.
Yes. So it comes up, spins its body. You feel the tail, which is covered in small spikes, whip in your direction, thrusting against you. It pushes you what was supposed to be 15 feet, 5 feet,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and does not knock you
Timmy.
over. It stands up, takes a deep inhale, and exhales a green gas into the room.
Oh boy!
Oh, goody.
This is
I take
going
it
in
we're gonna have to
Zephyr
make some,
and Tog's direction. So, yep, I need Constitution saving throws.
From everybody?
Actually, correction. Tog, Merrick, and Lilith
May?
need to make one.
Um,
Because you're all in doorway.
Wearing my mask be a free action.
Mm,
You guys weren't already wearing your masks? Like, I was already, like, it was why I was talking like Bane. I was already
if you
wearing my mask.
have your mask on, you can have a +3 to your roll.
I believe mine would be around my neck because it's kind of a muffler-ish.
But is it over your face?
Not currently, but it will be after seeing the gas.
A good call. Anyway,
But I still probably will have to roll my, what was it, Constitution?
Yes.
do I have disadvantage on this since I'm... Or wait, no, it's taking
Nope.
it's their turn. I think the poison's concluded.
The poison's gone from that round.
Yep.
And you have a +3 to your roll from mask.
Yay.
11.
Fail.
21.
21.
Success. Merrick?
18.
All right, pass. Miss May, you might be right. This might be your tomb.
Oh,
You
no.
feel your body begin to stiffen. Petrified.
What?
The worst leg cramp because it's all over your body.
The creature is incapacitated, cannot move, talk, and is unaware of its surroundings. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Automatically fails, strength and dex. Creature has resistance to all damage. Creature is immune to poison and disease. Minus the one that's already affecting your system.
So, am I stone or am I just like?
Your nervous system is completely shot.
You're just stuck in place, pretty much.
You are not stone.
Flavor-wise, okay, cool. Flavor-wise, you're not stone, but mechanics-wise, yes, you are.
All right.
Where was that? Oh, right, I think I had it under this. And how I did the thing. Yeah.
Nah, the reason I ask is because basilisks literally have an ability that turns people into stone. It's in their
Yeah.
flavor text.
Outside that, the rat finishes pulling its way up, and now that it's like fully in the room, there's like not a lot of space in here. There's maybe 5 feet around this rat's entirety throughout the room.
A huge bitch.
There's no way I could get through the door, but now one of your companions is kind of stuck in spot in the doorway. Top of the round, we have to pass Miss May. Opti, it's your turn.
I'm obviously just gonna attack this fucking thing. Just raging barbarian moment.
Also, it's between you and the door anyway, so...
So yeah, might as well just start hacking at it. All right, reckless attack again, cause fuck it.
All right, roll the hit.
And my die got stuck on my keyboard. It got stuck at a weird angle.
These things happen.
I love when
Roll
this
towards the
happens.
keyboard. Okay, that's the first roll because the other one got stuck. Advantage 11. Plus 6, 17.
Hits.
Sweet. 2d6. That's 10 damage.
Oh, hey, Queek came out to eat the cardboard. All right.
Yay!
And second attack, so extra attack. Advantage 18.
Hits.
Sweet. Oh, come on, a 1. And a 5, so 6 plus. No. 6, 12 damage. 12 damage.
All right. You deal a total of 22 damage. This makes it stagger to the side, and it starts to whip back around toward you.
Barbarian Rage!
Tog, your turn.
Oh, wait a minute. There's actually be 2 extra damage on there from the rage bonus. I forgot about that.
Oh, okay.
That's important.
Because rage damage bonus is plus 2, and I've hit it like 4 times, so it's 8 extra damage to be tacked on, I think.
Alrighty.
Wait, no, I've only hit it twice. Sorry, the other attacks were on the small one, so 4 extra damage.
Okay.
Alright, so the third rat thing, is that still menacing me?
No.
Okay, couldn't remember if it died or not. Alright,
I will note, because Maya's behind you, you did hear her take a sharp gasp after the gas passed you.
right. I mean, he would definitely look over in that direction to see why she was doing that in case we're being attacked. It's not like he knows she failed.
They're just staring at you blankly.
Mouth and nose probably billowing that green gas, seeing as it's still in my system.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not good.
Also, in the corner of the doorway, there is a small serpentine rodent that is also stuck in place.
Oh god, no!
Midnight Tower gone.
It's got a rat in its mouth. It's just kind of looking at you guys for approval.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So he hasn't been petrified. He's just sort of standing there because.
Correct.
Does he look to be petrified, or does he look to just be like?
No, he's just waiting. Nom, nom, nom,
Okay.
nom.
Okay. Anyway, To identify that she has been petrified, what kind of a roll would that be? Would that be a medicine roll?
Yes.
Okay.
I should go grab food real quick. I'll be right back.
23. Let me do. Yep. Yeah, 23.
All right. You are able to tell that they are petrified. This specific condition requiring greater restoration or wish is spells to remove it, or a consumable.
Goody.
Wait, petrification needs greater restoration or wish?
Yep.
Yeah, it's petrification. It's not flavored as you being turned into stone, but it's still the same condition.
Oof, that is certainly a very unfortunate status.
Yeah, like, there's a reason he said that this might be May's tomb. Anyway, what the fuck was I gonna... Right. So, that was the question of whether he, like, Well, she's petrified, and now that he knows she's petrified, he knows there's nothing he can do about that particular condition right now. So I guess he will, since oh. Let's see here, hold on, roll perception. Yeah, 25. 25 perception to see if he notices any hostiles behind her. Or coming up on us, rather.
Alright, you take a look. You don't see anything.
Okay. Since there's no immediate threat to her person right now, he'll focus on the giant rat. So, first, I'm guessing the bonus action to move the spirit weapon moves it over to the rat. Yeah?
Yeah.
Close enough to the rat, rather. Yeah.
Actually, it's probably already close enough.
Whatever. 24 to hit.
You hit.
11 damage.
Alrighty.
Now for my... Hold on. So before I get closer, let's make sure I don't have a better thing to do here. Oh, right. Yeah, I do have a better thing to do here. I've got attack spells other than the spirit weapon. I got this thing. Definitely use this thing. How does this thing work again? Make a ranged spell attack against a target. Okay. So a ranged spell attack would be proficiency bonus plus dex, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So it's just this plus 3. It's gonna do way more damage if it hits, so I'm gonna do that anyway. Oh, rolled 1. Doesn't matter what I hit, what my bonus was anyway. Alright. So, Guiding Bolt has been expended and missed horribly.
It whizzes by. Actually, you know what? No. It hits it, but it just kind of sinks into its baggy's flesh and dissipates.
Well, I mean, I rolled 1, so it shouldn't hit it in any way, shape, or form.
Doesn't do any damage.
Okay. So yeah, that's my turn.
I'm back. Sorry.
Alright.
How dare you.
Zephyr, your turn.
So our attacks are just kind of doing nothing.
Some of them. The ones that... some of the attacks seem to not be doing as much damage. Perhaps it has some form of resistance.
In the case of the Guiding Bolt, you can audibly hear him curse when it does nothing, because he can tell it does nothing because he just...
He whiffed it.
aimed bad. Yeah. Like,
Do my spells have...
flavoring that as having hit, but it it failed because I failed on the roll.
Can I only use my spells once?
You can use them as many as you have spell slots for that skill.
Okay, so as I understand it, it depends on the type of caster you are. If you're a prepared caster, you can only use each spell per prepared instance. So that's how I've been going. If you're another caster, then you can just use whatever spell slots you have, and your spells known are extremely limited.
Think of your spell levels as magazine capacities for your spells. Like right now, I'm a ranger level 3. That means I have some level 1 spells, but I can only cast 3 of the 5 that I know before I have to take a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing I can't use like Witch Bolt again or anything.
If you have a skill slot available.
I think you've only used 2 spells, haven't you? Because you use Magic Missile.
Yeah.
And Witch Bolt, yeah.
Yeah, it depends on your spell slots.
You're level 5 Eldritch Knight, right?
Here, I'll pull up the sheet.
Whoops.
Okay, so you have 3 level 1 spell slots, and you've used 2 spells. Therefore, you can cast 1 more.
Yeah.
Doesn't he also have a level 2 spell slot?
No, actually. Well,
Yeah, I
I'll
was gonna say at this level, I'd be highly surprised. He's a fighter with. Yeah, he's a fighter first. The ability to cast spells is a bonus of his archetype.
Yeah.
This music is so good.
I guess I'll cast Frost Fingers at its face.
Alright.
You boop its little rat snoot and cause it to get hypothermia.
It's a save against your spell save.
You stop that.
It fails.
I think you have to roll 2d8, Merrick, for the damage.
Oh, shit, 3 and 5.
Oh, 8.
Alright. Real good, solid hit. You see the frost kind of spread across its face as it tries to visibly shake it off left and right.
Old rat.
And rat's turn. The giant bulbous rat turns towards Opti as it just took a massive hit. Huh?
Bring it.
Alright, so first, as it turns, now Tog and Zephyr have a great shot of the wound you just dealt it from its backside, which currently has another one of these creatures trying to claw its way out of it.
Ugh. Oh, brood horror. Ah, there you go. That explains everything.
Being said, it pissed at you, it's going to bite.
Yeah, I kind of figured. It's probably going to hit me too.
27?
Oh, God, yes.
Alright, strength saving throw, please.
Oh,
or no,
boy.
constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. 13.
Okay, that's not successful. I'm going to have you roll 2 d20s. And whichever one is the furthest away from 10 is the roll you're going to take.
First one was 16, second one was a 7.
7.
So the 16 is further. You said away from 10 or away from 20?
From 10.
So, yeah, it was 16 and a 7.
It goes to bite at your hand, dealing you 9 points of damage, and it rips off a finger. I'll let you pick which one.
What? So what? Half of 9 is what, 4 for this?
Yeah.
I guess the pinky. I don't know.
It takes
That's not
off
something
your
I expect to
pinky.
think about.
You failed save, and my check was at maximum damage, so I had you roll our optional rule, the most recent one of them, being the rule of emphasis, meaning things can go good or they can go very bad. You rolled bad. I'll let you choose how, your pinky is mutilated, whether it's the whole finger, part of the finger. But you are now down a digit. You can only count to 9. I'm sorry, barbarian.
Wait, barbarians can count?
I for the sake of it, I could say it's got just chomped off. I don't know.
Either way, whatever part of it you decide you've lost, you now see it chewing on it.
It is food on and eating it. How much is up to you?
I guess like 2/3 of it. There's just a little nub there.
All right, all the way down to the first knuckle of your pinky. This crunch.
Ugh.
There's a nice satisfying crunch that rings out too.
Boy.
And speaking of Tog, tail coming around.
Oh boy.
I need to... Yeah, I'm re-rolling that. That's... 14. Doesn't hit.
Correct.
It strikes the stone against you, not landing a critical hit, and you watch part of the stone column next to you crumble.
Oh boy.
Did I mention that this campaign is not balanced in party favor? Ever.
I mean, it's a Warhammer campaign. You wouldn't really be doing it right if it was.
That's fair. Being said, because it whipped around so fast, the creature has not managed to technically spawn yet. Back to the top, it would be May's turn, but May is currently out of combat. Opti, it's your turn.
You can just remove her from combat unless you want Tarragon to be doing stuff.
You know what? Sure. Tarragon climbs up on your shoulder and tries to push the rat into your mouth, May. Alright, you don't say anything because you can't.
May is they're AFK.
So there,
No,
bud.
they came back.
Oh, okay. Then
Fez back.
I see that now. My
So
bad.
yeah,
Came
Opti.
back for 3 minutes.
All right, reckless attack. Let's go. Uh, 20, not a crit though. It's 14
Hits.
plus 6. Uh, 7. 13 damage for the first attack. Actually, no, 15 because of rage damage.
Alright.
And my second hit. Take a look at something. I'm gonna try to do a Great Weapon Master attack. So this is still at advantage, but I have a -5 on the end result.
Yep. Is it? I thought it was 5 to the roll to hit.
I take a 5 to hit.
Okay, yeah, and you get it as damage. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so first one was 17. Second one was 7. So it's 17 plus 6 to hit for my attack bonus, but then it's -5, so it's only +1, 18.
All right. Roll your damage.
A 1 on that one. So 10 for rage damage, so 14 there. Then That's another 10 damage from the feet, so that's 24 damage.
All right, so you take your first swing. You give it a good chunk into its side. It lunges forward to bite you as you bring your weapon up and talk off the front end of its face, watching it collapse on the ground.
Oh shit!
Its
was just looking
blood
at my
begins
sheet,
to
it's like,
ooze out into the hole, and you can see it dissolving the stone.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, that's acidic blood.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I was just looking at my sheet. It's like, so great weapon master. I should try that. Try, I got that.
It also fell over on the one that was trying to spawn, so that one is now trapped inside of the butt.
Oh,
Congratulations.
congratulations.
Would you guys like it? Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want your EXP now, or do you want to wait till the end of the day?
XP now. We should probably just do a habit of now rather than later. It leads to a lot less chance of it being forgotten.
So I'm gonna be honest. I didn't expect you guys to fight this. I expected you to run. It's worth 10,000.
Oh,
Holy shit!
well, okay
Your
then.
encounter is worth 10,100 points.
Well, that will level us whenever we actually level.
You must have a rest level.
Like I said, whenever we actually level.
Only once.
How much? Sorry.
10,000.
Okay.
Well, 10,100 total. So we are at 16775. You should end in 50, not 75.
Yeah. Sweet.
Okay, so with that thing dead, I immediately run towards May. I would say Faye for whatever reason. Attempts to pick her up. I'm guessing she's not actually rooted in place.
I mean, her body doesn't move. It's like she is a statuesque. But, you can pick her up.
Okay, cool. Like, petrification is
Thank you.
petrification. It would not have surprised me if she was cemented to the floor. Alright, so I pick her up and then start making a mad dash to the door.
By the way, since you're typing your internal thoughts in chat, I'm gonna read them. I'm a little drow elf lady. I am very light. How's the taste of that rat?
Jalen is gonna quickly get over to the others, follow the hawk out.
I can feel him smearing it across my lips.
So you grab a hold. You're making your way out of the room.
Making your way.
Yeah, no, not making my way out. I'm just full on, at least as close to full on running while carrying her body towards the main door as I can.
Well, the front door doesn't work.
I am aware. I have a spell I am going to attempt. It will probably fail, but it is the quickest way to leave this horrible, horrible place.
Okay.
All right. What do you do?
Dispel magic exists. I don't think Dispel magic gonna do it, but he's gonna try.
So you feel some enlightening energy as you're doing your best to what you assume will help save your party member. You cast Dispel magic, charging at the door. You can see that the door kind of loses that chaotic energy just for a little bit.
Well, no, I charge at the door and I don't cast Dispel magic until I'm at the door, because if it does work, I need to be at the door.
Yes, you feel very faintly the energy push the chaotic force back.
For how long?
I would say you get about 10 to 15 seconds.
Alright, I attempt to kick the door open.
The door opens. You see a bunch of people just staring at you.
Out of the way.
I yell for the others to run now.
Oh, Jalen's been charging after you. She's been booking it.
I know. It's still what he does.
Yeah, and I've been right behind Jalen.
You
I
guys,
attempt to wedge the door open with my body while I wait for them to dive through it.
yeah, you can feel the chaotic energies pushing back at you, and as they're running toward you over their shoulder, you can see one of these rat men standing in the back in a long black cloak, two enormous black horns on both sides of the head, raising up its hand and casting something with green energy.
I toss, yeah, no, I toss Faye at,
Faye.
Faye, god damn it, May. I toss May at, I guess, Geodorn. He was asking where we were, and he's the most likely person to properly catch her. I'm still wedging the door open so that I can try to ensure my compatriots make it through while it's still open.
Yeah. Given the old toss, everyone has made it through. Just waiting on you.
Alright, cool. I attempt to slam it shut before whatever spell that horrible rat monster man is doing resolves.
You pass through, and as you do, an arc of green lightning bolts by your face. Almost like a hand, it reaches out and slams the door shut.
Oh,
The force of which
Nice.
sends you flying 15 feet ahead.
fun.
The group that was outside the church discussing looks at you curious. You got the door open? They run up to the door and try to pull on it. They
Don't
can't
go
seem
in
to
there.
open it. It
It's-
doesn't seem to budge.
There,
The spell magic only worked for a moment. Oh, hold on. The spell magic only works for a moment. Gets up after that cough and sort of dusts himself off. I do not know if you saw it, but the horned man, or whatever the thing in that cloak was, seems to be a very potent caster and really wants this place inaccessible. If you want to get in, you should really go around back now, and I suggest flooding the place with town guard.
The guard captain who was in the group gives a nod, and he makes his way, leaving another guard to survey the situation, blowing his whistle as he runs. The clergy asks, what took so long to get to the door? You guys have been gone all day. What felt like only an hour to you was 13 hours in time.
What? Whoa.
what?
Yeah.
We were barely in there. We were in there barely an hour. I trail off and see that and see that the sky's grown darker since it's, I'm guessing, nighttime.
Yep.
To be fair, I did try opening the door at one point, but
Yeah.
when I looked outside, the town was in a
I can
horrible
play
state.
where the Kingdom Master's hands are.
So I tried the door, it didn't work. The hawk had the right idea.
That's unsurprising. Disappointing, but unsurprising. And then he thinks about it, rubs his chin, which I suppose would really just be the beak of the mask, and says, on second thought, if what seemed like an hour to us was more like 12, that means they are probably going to be extremely slow in answering our incursion into their tower. Time is going at least 12 times faster in there than it is out here. So, hopefully that means the guard will have ample opportunity to cleanse the place? Anyway, he starts giving a report of what happened to the various priests.
I need to see a doctor, by the way. Holds up the hand with the bloody finger. Well, bloody remains of a finger.
Yep, and in that report,
Yes,
he
and-
explains that she was petrified by gas the horrible rat monster spewed at them.
Yeah, she needs a priest, a doctor, something.
The clergy that are here, while not having access to their church, usher you down to Plague Doctor's Alley.
Mm-hmm.
The whole group following behind. No, you don't get a say in what you do. Tarragon's force feeding you a rat, and your party is dragging you to Plague Alley.
I mean, presuming the expression she had when she was hit by the gas was stoic, then yeah, she stays stoic. She doesn't have a choice.
You guys make it down to Play Dr. Alley. On your way in, I'm gonna take a moment to notice the wonderful cart of Todd Howard's Magical Mitch Mash. It's currently selling a bunch of rat-themed items. It's very cool.
Of course he is.
But you're brought straight to the main clergy, recognizing you. He takes a look at your group and says, "Let's start with the finger."
Had worse.
You can prop your friend up over there. He just gestures to the side.
Just a card. It's like moving a mannequin. Just.
He goes through, disinfects your wound, and wraps it.
Thank you.
He asks a couple of times, and you can tell him how much you want to tell him, how you got the injury. However much you feel is necessary.
Well, plain and simple, giant rat.
But these scars, it looks like you were bitten by a flail. Like it's
Giant
all
monster
jagged
rat.
and edged and...
It was a very big rat, my friend.
Perhaps you guys should go get some rat poison. I hear the town has a great and ample supply
I will
of it.
punch you. It's not gonna work.
So yes, so we've heard.
Gives you a nod, turns towards your petrified friend. So, who's shelling out for that one? Do they have a coin purse? Feels.
How much is it?
Well, they're gonna need a potion of restoration. Greater restoration. That's 25 gold.
I'll do it.
Oh, that's not too bad.
I grabbed butt looking for a coin purse.
She just reaches into her own coin purse and just tosses over 25 coins. No square.
The chat. I wish I had the chat up on screen. So yeah, you pay him. He goes into his bag and begins.
Don't touch me. Sorry.
You're fine. It starts synthesizing the ingredients into a potion. It comes over to May. Yeah, kind of forcing the rat off your lips. You see him take a rag and kind of wipe something off. Yeah, you feel this warm liquid kind of going away. And then he tips this potion back in your mouth. After a moment or two, he takes a step back, starts putting away his medicine, and the sudden free movement of your body causes you to collapse on the ground.
I assume the Yamcha position.
Perfect.
I move over and like help her up. Easy there, May.
My entire body is. Ugh.
I don't doubt that.
Tarragon crawls back over to you and tries to push the rat back in your mouth.
God.
Seeing as I'm still kind of groggy, I think it does kind of just go in my mouth and I just hold it.
He pushes it as far as you're gonna let him, and he nuzzles your nose and climbs on your back and starts to take a nap. He's also covered in blood.
Oh God.
I just reach up, grab the rat, and put it in my inventory, and just pet his fur.
Now, are there any other injuries you need me to take a look at?
Oh,
Do you deal with psychological?
Jalen's gonna point to the Hawk's arrow in the shoulder.
yeah, no, the Hawk says "oh" at that, and yeah, and nods.
Shit, just no union.
Yeah, be lucky. Be lucky it didn't get you in the knee. I've heard those can end people's careers.
Force
can
people
I-
in early retirement.
Can I roll to hit Merrick in the face? No, I'm kidding. I'm
Like
kidding.
the Hawk nods.
The doctor comes over to you, takes a quick look, kind of moving the skin around the shaft a bit to get a good look at it.
Rip the shaft.
Grabs a rag that gives you. He asks if you want something to bite down on.
Just do it. Grit's teeth, not that anyone can see since he'd still be wearing them. Actually, no, I guess he would have taken the mask
He
off.
grabs
just-
what's left and just rips it out. You feel a very
Oh.
sharp pull, and he just jams the cloth on the spot. You
Ouch.
immediately feel the little bits of medicine that were on the rag seep into your wound.
Hmm.
He holds up the arrow, and you can see that it wasn't made out of metal. It was made out of bone.
Oh, goody.
Lovely.
It kind of looks like it might have
Well-
splintered.
Well, considering the last thing they stabbed me. Oh, right, mask off. Considering the last thing they stabbed me with was whatever that green stone is,
Oh, rat poison.
I suppose I'm thankful it's bone and not that horrid mess.
So would I. He holds it there, grabs a wrap, and starts wrapping up the corner of your arm. It says that the three of you experienced kind of severe injuries. May, you're on exhaustion until you rest.
Oh, Jesus.
Just level 1.
No, that's not horrible then. It could be worse. Exhaustion can
You have
suck.
permanently lost a finger.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully I don't really need the pinky.
And even with magic, it'll take you at least a couple of days to seal that wound from the arrow.
Okay.
It might be like a small penalty if you're using that arm to a strength check for the time being. The pinky isn't a super important finger. I gave you the choice for the pinky because I didn't really want to lop off a part, but dictation. I can't break my own rules.
Understandable.
See ya, guy. How'd you like your first actual combat encounter?
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure our first actual combat counter happened in session 1.
What? No, that was mock.
When
My
the whole
first
party
combat
was
encounter was this.
I kind of felt like it was gonna go either way there for a minute.
Yeah, it was a good encounter. It neither, like, honestly, the entire time I thought we were gonna die, but we pulled out somehow, so that's cool.
I'm going to thank Opti's choice in playing Barbarian. The intro immediately going into Rage is probably what saved that.
Barbarian, what are you doing? Ah!
Barbarian.
So you guys see a large battalion of guards heading toward the church
yes.
past the alley. They don't stop and ask questions. The clergy kind of ask what happened to the church. Why can't we get in? The door's still shut.
I'm gonna start describing them the scene that was in the back in
He-
the
well, when I-
cemetery.
Yeah, like, he also, on the walk here, was giving him a full report of what happens. So, he would have told them they have desecrated that place utterly and entirely and described how.
The remains of the graveyards around the tower were desecrated, and all the corpses were brought to the center room.
For food.
And our friend here tried to open the door, but something peculiar happened.
Oh yeah, when I opened the door, outside wasn't outside. The town was fucked.
It was and it wasn't. No one was outside.
Yeah.
Everything was extremely dark and things were partially ruined.
Coming over,
Dark fort.
you hear the tires rolling across the concrete of Todd's cart as he approaches you guys. You can see his rat shish kebabs, his rat markers, his rattling hats. He comes over and he's like, "But you guys are the rat people that have been terrorizing the town. I've been making a fortune off your merchandising. How can we believe this outlandish story of rats?"
I kick over his cart.
Is Todd really the one who just said that?
Yes.
So
Also, strength check at disadvantage.
I
Fair
walk
enough.
over, like find. Okay, well, let this resolve first. Sorry.
Both of those are 16, so 19.
What's your carry weight?
My carry weight.
Mm-hmm.
I never had to calculate it.
It's your total strength score times 10.
So my strength score is 12, so 120.
And you're trying to kick it.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick it over.
I'm gonna try.
I mean, if I tell you that it's not a small cart, are you still going to try to kick it?
I'm going to put my heel against the side lip of this side, and I'm going to use my body weight to leverage it to tipping over.
Jalen, help her.
You know what? Because of the way you described it, I will allow it. The upper weight of the cart throws it over.
Oh.
Being said, you immediately fail a saving throw to recover your balance.
Womp.
While that's happening, my eyes widen, and then the pupils narrow as I stare at the man. Immediately rush him, grab him by his throat, slam him against the adjacent wall, and yell, "You're the one who has defamed us! It was you!"
I saw you in an alleyway with a rat mask.
Oh my goodness.
And you have the nerve to walk our streets and say ratmen are destroying us.
We did get a name
Friend-
moment too.
Can I ask you, did you see either of us wearing the mask?
At this point, it's taking all the Hawk has not to just throttle the man unconscious against the wall.
Look, it might be a hasty judgment. It wasn't just me. It wasn't just me. There were other people. If it makes you feel any better, I can give you some of the profits from the rat markers.
With this still enraged voice, I ask, how much of a profit?
3
I'm
copper.
kind of just standing there watching with an amused grin.
No, Jalen didn't let us go on too. Go on, do what you want to do. Fuck it.
Deep in... Actually, Discord probably didn't hear that. So, the Hawk takes a deep, cleansing inhale and mutters, "You are fortunate that I worship
Tia. Otherwise, I would kill you where you stand.
Oh, thank God. He
Drops
he
him.
reaches into his shirt as you throw him to the side. He just starts pulling out different pendants, and he starts kissing the Tio.
He's like Benny from the first Mario movie. He just pulling out different pendants, different
Yeah.
religions.
I'd like to imagine that as soon as the hawk was like walking towards him menacingly, he's like, "You wouldn't hurt a guy with glasses, will you?" He just yoinks the glasses and slaps him in the face.
Fucking
He hit a
googly
guy
eye glass.
with glasses.
Hit a-
That's clever.
Yep.
Anyway,
So after that, he just sort of rubs his face with both hands and walks back to the group. Very obviously done with all of today's everything.
I don't blame you. I think I'm in order.
With a huff, and after a moment's pause as everybody settles down, I say, "So can I throw that burning keg of wine down the murder hole in the guild hall?"
I think we shouldn't do that, mostly because at this point, does cement exist?
Yeah.
At this point, I think we should pour cement down the hole until there's no longer a hole.
That would definitely be a project for the guild marm and master.
We should probably throw a flaming barrel down there before we start pouring in the cement, though.
I like it.
Unless you want to, bury them alive, which I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to do that.
Todd Howard slinks back into the group and says he can offer you a great deal on rat blood cement.
Shut up. Get out of here.
Where did you get this rat blood cement?
He opens his cart and you see thousands of dead rats in it.
Why do you have thousands of dead rats?
Who do you think the city pays to kill them all?
Fair point.
But I suggest you leave. Your antics are amusing, but you're still on thin ice with me.
Well, come on, I mean, I told you a great deal on
Just-
that mask.
You did, and I appreciate that. You also are part of the reason people think we're crazy and are calling us the rat people.
I mean, aren't you?
We're not crazy yet, at least. And we are not
slowly pull
literal
my
rat
dagger out.
people. What?
I slowly pull my dagger out.
You say you're not crazy, but you believe in a dragon girl in the sky.
I would feel like
Tell me. Like at that point, I sigh, pick him up by his neck, hold him closer, and said, "Tell me, is a dragon girl in the sky any more ridiculous than any of the other religions that are being worshipped here?"
What the? I was about to make that point actually. So.
He raises his hand, finger up, goes to say something, and stops as you guys hear the large brass bell begin to toll 13 times again.
13?
Yep, like the amount of hours we were out, so that's not a good sign.
The
Has that been
entire
chiming? Has that been chiming while we were gone?
the group that came with you is just kind of murmuring, but Todd, seeing that you're holding him, yes, at every hour, 13 times.
Oh, how odd. I thought they were keeping time in some fashion.
That is disconcerting.
And it's still raining, and the city does look a lot greater now than it did this morning.
We also did get a name while we're in there too. We can share that with the clergyman or the town officials, whoever the hell we want to give it to. The Great Horned Rat.
Yeah, we would.
The only
I
one
would-
that knows that is Dahak.
Yeah, like in In my report, I would have also mentioned that evidently they worship the great horned rat.
All right.
Can I roll a religion or history check on that?
That was a very good question.
I'll let you pick.
Which one's my highest?
I mean, I'm
Oh,
pretty sure they're
history is
both-
-2, religion is 1, so I think I know which one I'm gonna roll.
History.
Wait, why
That
is
would have
history
been a 1.
negative?
Because I rolled
Oh,
a
it's
3.
because that's okay, so you have a penalty to that score, and the other one has proficiency added. Got it.
Yep. So I got a 4. I would have gotten a 1 if I chose history.
That is a very good question, though. I should have.
You got a
there's lying
4?
around.
Yeah, 4.
2 20s. Take whatever one is the furthest from 10.
2 20s. Oh, shit. I just dropped my die. 1 second.
Emphasis roll.
Ah, I see you're taking Brandon Lee Mulligan.
Yes.
Alright, ready for this?
It promotes chaos in a world where nothing but chaotic energy exists.
Both of them are below 10. These are the closest to 10?
Furthest from 10.
3.
You guys watch as May goes catatonic.
What?
Oh no.
You weren't old enough to remember. But why did your parents flee the Underdark?
Holy shit.
Who was the
So
slave
many-
colony?
So many teeth.
How many of them were in the vaginas?
Why?
I mean, you want to go check the brood horror?
Why though?
Because he can, and he knows it. That's the only reason why.
Also, you can't use the sexual body term on airwaves. Being said, you can say things like penor.
Yeah, that's why I said vagina.
Okay, I didn't hear the...
Yeah, there was
Good.
the Janya.
Must return to the Vaguba.
So
Return
God
to the
damn it.
Roomba.
May is out of commission again.
Yep.
Oh boy.
I don't know, do you want to be out of commission or unconscious?
I think I'm foaming at the mouth having a seizure.
Oh,
The doctor starts to work on her again.
oh thank God.
It just hasn't been her couple of days, has it?
Yeah.
You should have gone to the other town and gotten drunk.
I mean,
Shouldn't
I'm
have
pretty
stopped.
sure that's what we're doing after this, because that town is clearly beyond our present capabilities.
I shouldn't have had Terragun investigate the fingers.
Anyway, oh, right. So, that's a good point. With knowing the name of it now, I also rolled a religion. I actually rolled a decent number, though, and I have a +3, so it wound up being a... Or wait, I believe it's +3, I'm gonna double check.
Did it become a 5?
No. No, it's +3, so it's a total of 10, so I don't think that's gonna give me anything, but...
Okay, so before I get to that, May, I want to say that you don't glean any information from your vision. You just have this visceral vision of several teeth and rat men now from your childhood.
I see Merrick's playing Returnal.
Yeah, I was wondering what he was playing. I could hear noises, so I knew he was playing something.
And you don't really know anything.
Go ahead.
You don't really hear anything about.
No, I'm playing a little.
Please let the person who
Still
says
playing a little
important
hot.
things say words.
Okay, okay.
You don't know anything about the Great Horned Rat. Other than the fact that you've heard the name once before in passing, is it related to the greater chaos gods? The greater chaos gods are known to you, but you know that their worship is so heavily outlawed they'd execute you on sight if they thought you were a worshipper.
Well, that makes no sense. Come on. Be reasonable.
Do you
They
want to
are
go to
our
stinky ass Slanesh pits?
Like the primordial chaos gods. The ones that were here before the, like,
Before
Mm,
Slanesh and corn and all that.
when it was only nature.
Anyway, okay, so I know that now. That's fun.
Yay, happy, exciting D&D campaign I can't believe I haven't played in 6 months. Feels so lonely.
No, this is a good time. A very, very fun session. I've enjoyed it.
Siege is all like, I
Yeah,
knew
so
this
have
would
I.
happen.
So, may you eventually get resuscitated. I'm dealing you another exhaustion.
Oh boy.
Your speed is now halved.
I immediately scarf down the remaining pieces of my steak, like my fish steak fillets.
You
What?
sure?
You mean you're not gonna
Yeah,
eat the
do-
rat
do-
that
do-
Tarragon heartily endorsed?
Do you even look at them before you try to scarf them down?
No,
They're spoiled.
Oh.
In fact, the entire party's food supply is spoiled.
Oh goody. Well, let's see here. Did I have any food? Yes, I did. I had some rations on my person. I'll just get rid of those 10 days of rations.
Oof.
I'm
So
just
yeah,
gonna put
scarfing that
0
down,
days of
right?
rations, since I'm gonna want rations
Never
at some
mind.
point.
no.
But
Yeah, I had three rations. I'm gonna get rid of those.
I imagine you unwrap it, you go to eat it, and you see that it's like completely black instead of the orange salmon texture, and it just reeks to high hell. There's like a maggot on it, and you're just like, no.
Nope.
Ask everybody else what everyone else's food state is.
Non-existent.
Sweet. Yeah, I check. I presume it is also equally spoiled.
Well, lucky for you guys, I have rat shish kebabs.
You haven't left yet, have you?
Who is here?
Todd Howard.
Yes.
Anybody else?
At that, he does actually pause. I'm going to take however many of those we want to eat tonight, and then I will call us even for your besmirching.
Deal. Pleasure doing business with you. Hands you 14 rat shish kebabs. Each one has 3 rats.
Huzzah!
Oh shit, a rat.
I started eating one. It's like,
Yeah, no.
even though it's only been an hour, it's been a while since we've had food.
Jill's gonna eat as well. Just take one.
I start taking a few bites of mine.
They're all
We should-
golden, crisp, roasted, slightly singed on the fur end.
Does it still have fur on it?
I mean, what it didn't completely burn off. This is a guy in a roadside stall.
Yeah.
A bit gamey.
I didn't say quality,
okay.
I just said food.
That is true.
It just works.
Well, before he mentioned the hair, it sounded like outside of the occasional hair that wasn't singed away, this was actually quite good. He said golden roasted, as in very well cooked,
Yeah.
just not perfect.
Yeah, sounds delicious to me. I'm gonna eat one.
Besides,
Yeah.
I'm the only store open in the town right now.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably true. Anyway, since it is good quality, I give him a gold as a tip.
I have a
Appreciate it.
question, actually, Mr. Howard.
Hmm?
Have you seen this logo before? Because I'm guessing the Hawk has also debriefed us on the horned one. I just draw the triangle kind of representation.
Hmm. No, I haven't. Being said, I feel like it would make a really good symbol in a scriptwrite book. Do you mind if I steal that idea?
Oh God! Of
All I gotta
course.
say is if you do, be careful, because apparently these giant rats like that symbol.
The rats
they
you guys
might-
made up. Yeah, that's fine.
They might think you are plagiarizing them, is all I'm going to say. So just be careful with it.
Shrugs.
The more he talks shit, the more I just want to punch him in the face.
Same. Like, you saw me wanting to fucking shank him before. Like, my hand's still on the dagger.
As he's writing that down, he's like, yeah, no, I am the only shop open because they closed down the shopping district earlier.
He nods, remembering that that's a thing that happened before they went into the tower.
Yeah, town's food supply was hampered.
No kidding.
Anyway, I say we go back to the guild hall. I don't think we have anything else to do here at,
Yeah, no.
what do they call this? What alley?
Plague
Plague Alley.
Doctor.
Plague Alley. Like Doctor Alley or just Plague Alley?
They call it Plague Alley. That's fine. Sounds better.
Alright. I don't think we have anything else here to do at Plague Alley.
We can at least resupply and try to go do that job that we were meant to do.
Yes, Merrick?
I have family here in the city. I need to warn them of what's happening.
Nods.
I don't feel comfortable with us splitting up.
Well, we can always just accompany him to his family's abode. Or abodes. Do they all live in one spot?
We don't have enough time to go get
yes.
our supplies.
If you think we're going to get supplies with the entire shopping district closed down, you are sadly mistaken, my dear.
Well, I mean, there's got to be some kind of way to restock our food somewhere.
Yes.
Points at Todd.
Until now, though, gestures to the remaining 11 shish kebabs. These are perfectly edible. More importantly, perhaps you can't really tell, but I can just tell from looking at you. You are incredibly tired. We shouldn't bother doing much of anything the rest of the evening. I think if we're going to resupply, we should do it after we've all had bed rest.
Oh no, I agree.
But are we going to bed rest at the guild hall or at Zephyr's familial abode?
If there's room at his abode there, if not, I suppose we're trudging back to the guild hall.
It's on the way. No worries.
I guess we're going to Zephyr's place first then.
Yes, and it's my mother and sister. They both live together.
Nods. Lead the way.
All right, I lead them. I lead the group over to my mother and sister's home.
All right. A little past the shopping district and a side road, you guys come to a one-story, slightly larger than average house. It's got, some wood trimmings, stone base for the outside. You can currently see a young blonde cleaning the table while it appears a older blonde is setting up the table to eat.
So, like, full-on blonde, not like dirty blonde.
Okay, the older one's dirty blonde.
Okay, mostly I was just curious because, like, he has
like blonde is a recessive trait, so easily both of them could be blonde. But since Zephyr has brown hair, I was just curious.
Could have been dad.
I mean, I assume my father had dark hair, so
Yeah, I like him.
I
Him
walk up
having it isn't the question. I was just curious if either of his family members had the
Yeah.
blonde or what have you. It doesn't matter. We've already wasted enough time on that.
No, it's fine.
I walk up to the door and I knock on it.
Your younger sister happily bounces over to the door and opens it and says, "Hello." "Oh, hi. How are you doing?" She jumps out of the door and she hugs you. Immediately, her yellowish dress gets soaked in the ashy rain. "Oh, this is kind of nasty. Come on in."
I forgot about the ash room. I would have had my shield up as a makeshift umbrella again.
"Mom, Zeffy's here."
Yeah. I kind of smile and introduce you all as I walk in. These are my friends from the guild.
Yo. I'm Jay.
The Hawk bows his head and says a pleasure to meet them both whenever he's introduced. Oh wait, no, that was all the introduction got. He would bow his head and say, "I'm the Hawk. A pleasure to meet you."
"The pleasure is ours. What can we do for you guys?"
Sorry about. Well, first of all, I'm terribly sorry about the mess. We just came from the cathedral.
"Oh, I
Things aren't
heard
good
that
there.
but it's not good? They just finished the Great Tower. I assumed everything was going great. I mean, besides the rats, there's a lot of rats." Your mom is just kind of like happy, peppy, chit-chatty. "Well, what's wrong with the cathedral? I was looking forward to going there over the weekend."
Maybe a trip out of town would be a better option.
I kind of take a I kind of start taking off some of my wetter clothing and take a seat. Like, where do I begin?
Okay, how much do you want to tell them?
I guess it's everything.
I would say just say like do the whole Fade of Black thing. We just
I'm gonna note that your younger sister isn't older than 10.
Well, I suppose I shouldn't say everything, but give them the rundown.
Thank you for the stretch.
No need to go into
I don't go into detail, but I give them an explanation, saying something horrible something terrible has happened, and I'm not sure how much longer Kavzar will be safe.
Are you saying we should leave? Your mom kind of just coming over. Like, we just got the business set back up.
Are we sitting at a table?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start kind of just tracing that triangle shape while, like, leaning against the table idly. Still having that vision in my, like, current recollection.
Well, you don't have to leave permanently, but until the rat plague has been answered, it would be a wise decision to perhaps take a vacation.
A vacation?
Yes.
We're not that well off.
I'm saying you don't have to move. I'm saying you should leave the city. Vacation is simply the nicest way to say that.
Where would we go, Zeffy?
If I have any other immediate family, would I roll like a history check to remember who?
Also, question: what's the town where the prisoner's at? What's that like? Do we know?
You don't. That's further away from where the majority of you hail from. Let me pull up the map just so I can reference things the right way. I knew this conversation was coming and just haven't really had on me yet.
What would I roll to see if there's any friends of the family or other relatives that are close by?
Okay, so this would be like knowledge that's in your head. It wouldn't be a roll. The closest one would be back across the forest, heading back toward the desert, and it would be in pronunciation. Tarantio.
You are allowed to just copy paste stuff.
Trantio. And it's your great grandmother.
Yeah, it would be Tarantio. One of those. No,
What
the band could be wrong. But...
What about great grandmother? She's still living in Tarantio, and that isn't too far away.
Your mom kind of narrows her brow. Too far. It's a 110-mile walk.
No walk is far enough walk.
Oh.
And at that point, the hawk brings up, like, the player, had forgotten it. He would remember the name of the town and point out that we're most likely going there in a few days.
Toboro.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know a lot about it. I know we get wood exports from it and occasionally ore. It does have a port. I suppose that would be easier to get to Taranto too if we needed to. But we just got settled in and comfy and working and moved into a nicer house.
I kind of want to have Jalen like hold up her hand and show the bit off fingers, like, do you want this to happen? But she wouldn't do that. She just want to scar a child.
Mother, I understand that, but if you had seen what I'd seen in the temple, I'm not going into detail because I don't want to scare Estrid.
She walks up to you and she is going to cast a spell. Being said, I need to double check which spell.
Okay.
To remember
While you're
exactly how it
double-checking-
works. You have to get ready for
While
work.
you're double checking that, I do have a question. How long have I specifically been in town?
Like, as a character?
As a person, how long have I been living in this town?
It's 5 or 6 months.
Okay. And I imagine I haven't been attacked until the last couple of days, yes?
Yeah.
Alright. That's what I needed to verify. Proceed with the spell and such.
Cannot find it.
I mean, you're the
Some
GM.
kind of
Just
mind
do
reading?
the thing you want to do. No one's going to question it.
Is it?
She
is it
walks
some
up
kind
to
of
you.
mind reading spell?
Yes.
Yeah.
She places a finger on your forehead and she draws a line back to her. As you're kind of visually seeing the things in your head, she pulls a twine from your head like a spool of twine. Encoded is the memory of your recent encounter. Also, this magic is incredibly illegal, but not high level. It's actually really low level. I think it's called Encode Thoughts.
Oh wow.
Oceans of teeth, rivers of blood.
As she starts reading it, you see her eyes kind of roll a little bit. She starts shaking.
Oh.
She opens, she looks at you. Her eyes are wide.
Oh.
She gives you a nod. Where do you want us to go?
How soon can we be ready to leave for Toboro?
I mean, assuming you're going.
I asked the Hawk.
I look over at May to try and assess how long before her fatigue is manageable.
There's math
Medicine-
bags under my eyes.
I know. Medicine roll or
Yeah, sure.
well, I rolled a 17, so higher than that by I think 6.
She needs at least 12 hours of rest per exhaustion.
Oh jeez. Sounds about right though.
She's going to need a couple days of bed rest. So 3, perhaps 4, depending on how many supplies we wish to get.
Gives you a nod. We'll be ready.
No distance is far enough. It won't stop.
That Dahak pats her back. Or not her back, her shoulder.
Is your friend okay?
No.
I'm still just drawing the triangle on the table with my forefinger.
No, she, believe it or not, has had a worse time of it than any of us, I do believe.
Yeah.
Looks around at his compatriots.
I have to agree with that.
But you lost a finger.
A finger is not the only family member you have. Hers is now dead.
Oh.
So
Should I help?
It wasn't just today.
Aye, that was last night. Today we found that the graveyard her parents were in, Wayne's Inn, as you might have seen in your memory, his memories, was desecrated by the rat people.
Does she need help with her thoughts?
I would say she probably does. It's up to her if she wants your help, though.
She kind of just looks at you.
She kind of still just murmurs her, idle thoughts here and there, still drawing the triangle on the table.
She goes to reach her hand toward your forehead.
Uh-oh.
I don't stop her.
She pulls back a thread. As this thread exits, unlike, the last one where it was like a pure white as it pulled back, this one's black.
Oh.
What rushes through her mind is just blackness, teeth.
Oh, she's not reading this
raspy
one.
eyes. She's not?
She's pulling it out of your conscience.
Bruh.
The thought fades from your mind.
It's like extracting memories in Harry Potter. I think.
She wraps it around a stick and she hands it back to you.
And the difference here being the extraction of memories isn't for viewing. It's just so they're not in your head anymore, period.
I think there is like a sigh of like a peaceful relief coming from my lips as I just like look confused. and I'm just being
Don't eat
like
that.
You're being.
presented to the stick.
If you need to remember that, just hold both ends of the thread.
Don't eat the stick.
I hope you're all right. Kind of looks at you concerned.
What happens if that is destroyed?
Oh, she'll get her memory back.
Oh, okay.
That's not the most comfortable experience, but she'll get it back.
And what does it entail? Like, how much peace of mind was she given?
Whatever was immediately on your thought, she kind of blocked from your thought process and put into the string. So if you were reminiscing about your childhood past, she basically just gave you drugs to make you beta block it. But yeah, she's the beta blocker. That's what it's called.
So I still remember the events of the day, just my childhood has been repressed.
That specific memory, yes.
The specific memory that was actively traumatizing you is no longer in your head.
You might want to make a note that it's a traumatizing memory on that, and I would just put it away. Process it when you're in better spirits.
I pocket the stick, making sure that the thread doesn't untwine.
All right, then. I want you and Estrid to start packing and be ready to leave at a moment's notice.
All right. She gives you a nod.
Estrid, if you see any rats around, don't go near them.
But
trust me.
I've been killing rats all day.
Oh.
You mean the small rats? I'm sure.
Yeah, she gives you a big smile and she shows you
Well-
this giant bag of rats. They were eating into the barrels of meat downstairs.
Those rats are fine. He means if you see abnormal rats, stay far away from them.
We should
If
still
If you
check
see,
downstairs.
right, if you see any rats bigger than that, or any that look weird, stay away from them.
We should check downstairs, actually.
Yeah,
We should, yes.
All right.
Very good idea.
Zephyr, you stay up here with your family. We should check down.
No, you stay up here. You're exhausted.
Before you guys
Yeah,
even
that's
get
what
out of
I'm
this
capable.
room, I would like to make a note for Tog. You sense that odd presence you felt at the door,
Oh, god damn it.
specifically emanating from a spot on the table. You can feel it burned into the table.
Okay, fine. He sighs and immediately starts, like... How was she making the symbol?
Drawing it repeatedly with her finger.
Okay. Starts wiping away at it, and then I guess starts... apologizes and carves Tia's symbol into the table where that was.
That feeling eventually fades.
Oh, thank God.
I'm
Okay.
confused. Like, what's that about?
Do not make that symbol ever again. Narrows his eyes each time he says the last two words.
Ever again.
Ever shift again. Shift.
But yeah, Jalen's gonna head on downstairs.
All right. You guys head downstairs. Give me a.
I mean, Dahak continues to protest if
May tries to join us, but he's not going to bother actually stopping her.
Just give me everyone roll an investigation. Whoever rolls the highest, it'll be the group.
Oh, investigation. Oh, goody. I have a -1 to that.
I mean, you can
Somebody's
still
good at
roll
it.
20 and get a 19.
I got 13.
All right, you're now
I think
permanently
that's just-
cursed.
I roll.
Yeah, insight was the one I had, not investigation. So yes, that's just flat roll 17.
Oh, here's
I think
another.
I'm just gonna sit at the table.
Merrick?
I'm 17.
Okay, so it's 17. Despite best efforts, you don't find any loose boards. You don't find any more rats. You find a few very, very tiny rat holes. But nothing I would write home about.
Are there no false boards that are like leading down to a murder hole?
No false
Okay.
boards.
Thank God.
You know what you're looking for this time, so it's a lot easier to
Me
check.
too. If we close the rat holes that are there, they're just gonna make new ones. So it's
I mean, we found the rat holes, so at this point, if they have rat poison, we can put rat poison there and like just stop the rat holes with rat poison. That
But
way,
true.
they.
Are
yeah,
you guys
that way when
sure
they,
that it's the same rat poison as the one that
if they give
was
us
in? Hmm.
if they give us warpstone saying it's rat poison, we know better.
yeah.
I know, but remember what the guildmarm said? Apparently, the town supply of rat poison wasn't actually rat poison.
Whatever. We ask if they have rat poison. They either give us real rat poison or they don't. We find out when we are given the rat poison.
True.
The little girl skips over to the counter, reaches under it, and she pulls out a bag and she hands it to you. She
What's
tells
in the
you
bag?
it's the green powder. You sprinkle it over stuff, and then the rats eat it and they die.
Well,
This is not rat poison, and we will be taking this. It is
oh.
part of the problem that has caused this plague.
Oh,
Yes, it doesn't
is it like
actually
rat
kill.
juice?
It doesn't actually kill the rats. It turns them into rat monsters. If you ever see this stuff again, stay away from it.
Okay.
He pats her head. You did good.
As I'm sitting at the table, I'm rubbing my thumb against my palm, my other palm.
Mother,
So,
sweet
since they
mother.
since they don't have any actual poison, I suppose we just shove rocks or something in the holes just so they have slightly obstructed access.
All
yeah,
right.
I guess that's fair. Yeah.
You crammed the holes full of rocks. The mother begins packing, and your sister begins eating. She's still kind of oblivious to what's going on, but she's happy to see her big brother.
Big brother.
Oh, big brother Zeffy. Looking out for their well-being.
I love that it's just Zeffy. Mental note, tease them with that later.
I give her mother. Was her name mentioned? I got Estrid from the.
It's Arn. I think it's Arn.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Estrid and Arn. So how do you spell Arn? A-R-N?
Arne.
Okay.
Little Zeffy can spoil.
Anyway, before leaving, both to more than cover the cost of the table and to help with thing, he palmed Arn 5 gold coins.
She gives a nod.
Danko.
With that, what do you guys do? As I see it is getting a bit late.
with
probably
that,
right.
I think with that, I think we conclude the session for the night, the important part of it anyway, and go back to the guild and then just level up for next week.
I think we should at least eat something more than
I
just
thought we're
crap.
yeah.
Yeah, we're going back to the guild and we're going to sleep.
And have
Eating
skewered
would be a
rats.
part of that, I imagine.
Yeah, you got
If they
11
don't have
skewered
any
rats.
good food there, then there's more rat kebabs.
I mean, I thought the idea was to kind of safeguard Zephyr's family as they packed, and then, you know...
Yeah, I thought we'd be staying there too.
Okay, whatever. I don't really care where we stay. I thought the plan was to go to the guild after going
It
to
was
Zephyr's.
to just resupply, but if we leave here after like resting here, I can forage for food on the way to the next city.
Right, but again, it's Dahak will not let you leave until the fatigue is gone. He's just not going to let you do that. So we're staying in town for at least a couple days.
Yeah.
And because just moving would be just taxing on me, it would just be better to just stay here.
Certainly fair. Anyway, I say, yeah. I'm gonna move over to Chrome.
It's good that we talk about this, you know, planning, so
Mhm,
that we're all on
yes.
the same side. Is ye?
I am going to roll a d12 real quick, actually.
Oh.
So, Dylan.
Hmm.
Without me noticing, as I'm rubbing my thumb against my palm, it's in the same pattern.
Why are you like this?
Why are you like this?
Without me realizing, though, just letting you know as the DM.
Why would you still be doing that? The traumatizing memory is gone.
I know, but it's reflex.
But the cause for the reflex is
The
also...
subconscious subtle, because he got rid of the past, like my childhood trauma, but the new, like, still recent trauma is still there.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. That'll be.
Well, I hope you're not too attached to that hand, because I get the feeling it's not going to be as simple as rubbing it away and scarring Tiamat's symbol into your hand.